Murdoch. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied. Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. Shoot you between the balls.
The disease. And I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay.
I'm going to kill them all, sir.
Oh, hold on. No. Oh, no. God damn it. Quit. God. I swear to God, I gotta get taller co-hosts.
I don't understand.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. No, you guys have been in my driver's seat for the last month and a half, and I'm trying to get my settings back.
It was nice to drive your van, by the way. That's a comfy seat, dude. Well done.
It's real comfy. That's why I had my butt
taller co-host.
I had my butt space in there, and I don't have a butt, so I had to put extra cushion on the seat.
Yeah,
cut your legs off. That'll make you shorter.
No, I felt like I'm getting in the car after Jackie drove. Jesus Christ, you guys.
Wow.
The steering wheel doesn't have to be in your nuts, guys. It's fine. Just back up a little
You
bit.
don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. Come on now.
I don't have
kink
auto
shame.
steer. I'm sorry.
Auto steer. I have scrotum steer.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another
that was a bad
episode of
joke.
It Was a Bad One of Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me are the other two backseat drivers. One is Nate. Say hello to the people, Nate.
Turn left.
Yeah.
Turn
And
left now.
Scrotum Pete. What's
Well,
up, Pete?
look, we're only backseat because now you're in the driver's seat again. Meow, meow, meow.
I know.
Yeah, this is only time for the whole month, though.
I'm not used to being in the back seat again, Nate. What is? Hey, get on your side, by the way. Stop it.
Well,
That's
no.
Stop
Get
it.
over here.
He's touching me. Stop
I will
touching
not
me.
touching you.
turn
I'm
the
not
show
touching you.
You're touching me.
around.
I'm not touching you.
You're touching me.
Look,
Okay,
we
I'm
got
done.
podcasting at home. Okay, this is fine. All right, guys. Well, yep, I finally get to pick a movie, and now we are in our month of spooky. And you would think Charlie gets to pick a spooky movie. I do,
Yeah.
kind of. And this is totally a spooky movie, and it's a spooky movie with machine guns. We are doing John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yes, we are. Yes,
And
yes, we are.
We all know how big of a fan Charlie is of 90s John Carpenter.
Indeed.
And
Yes.
this has been on my list for a while.
Mhm.
I love this
Reason.
movie.
He
Oh,
really likes 90s Carpenter.
I do, man.
For
I-
some
For
reason.
the most part, I can't fault him, except for this one, maybe.
Nah, Village of the Dam's really bad.
Oh well, that's
And
I
I
didn't
didn't
say
watch the
Village
Invisible
of the
Man
Damned.
movie because it's got Chevy Chase, and I hate Chevy Chase.
gross.
All right. Well, let's set the mood here real quick. Let's go ahead and knock out. I have a trailer. This has a great trailer.
Oh, dear Lord.
So
You're on
we're
this
not on
again.
this bad run.
So
of
Charlie
no
takes
trailers.
over the wheel again, and he's like, "I got a trailer now." Heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
Just
Good
play your damn
James
trailer.
Wood
You've seen the
yelling.
movies. It's not like they're seducing everybody in sight with cheesy Eurotrash accents, all right? They don't turn into bats. Crosses don't work. If you want to kill one, you drive a wooden stake right through his heart. We think we got a nest inside this place. And chances are we'll find a master in here somewhere. I know your parents were bitten by vampires and you were raised by the church to be its master slayer.
No one knows vampires better than he does.
Open wide, baby.
But he met his match when he met the master who started it all, Jack Crow.
He was a priest. It's the first known case of vampirism.
The first and most powerful. You are the only one who faced Alec and survived.
The master vampire has a telepathic link with his victims.
You're gonna help us find them.
It's a cross. 600 years, Valak has wanted to live in the daylight. A master vampire able to walk in the sun, unstoppable.
Biggest nest of blood drinking mothers the world has ever known. Time to kill some vampires.
Step behind us! Come on, come on!
You can't kill me. James Woods. From the master of terror comes a new breed of evil. John Carpenter's vampires.
You never told me they could do that. I didn't know they could do that.
Hey, if you didn't know this was a 90s Carpenter film, you just had to wait for the Marilyn Manson to be
pretty
played
much
in the trailer.
Kind of crazy. Be like, oh yeah, Manson has been around for that long.
Yeah, he has. Manson came out like what? Like 93, 94, something
Yeah,
like that?
early, I remember being a kid.
Early 90s?
A kid in like, we didn't have middle school, but what would have been middle school, talking about, Marilyn Manson was the kid from Wonder Years. And then he also had a rib
No, he
removed.
wasn't. What?
That was the rumor mill because we didn't have internet.
We had the rumor of the rib.
Yeah, we had the rib.
The removal of the ribs to, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Portrait
he
of
was-
an American Family came out in 94. That's so crazy.
It's pretty wild. I was 14 when that came out. That's insane. But yeah,
Yeah,
John Carpenter's.
He's a piece of shit, just like the lead actor in this movie.
Hey,
He is. But,
Wait. I'm sorry. You're driving, Charlie. Please, you have
No,
the
no.
wheel.
a couple
Look,
albums are
please.
still pretty solid.
look, I'm not ever going to defend what someone does outside of movies. So it's totally fine. But I love James Woods in movies, like flat out. He is one of my favorites. He commands a screen, and he totally does it in this movie. I can't imagine anyone else in this role, honestly. I love James Woods in this. He's been Hades and Hercules.
Yep.
He
Hercules.
was in Hercules with Disney. He played Hades, the cartoon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry.
He
Yes.
was the voice of Hades. The Hard Way with Michael J. Fox back in the 80s. It's basically that guy from The Hard Way is now hunting vampires. That's what's happened, because it's pretty much the exact same role. But I adore James Woods in this movie, man. It's what draws me to it. If it wasn't for that snarky, pithy attitude that he has this entire movie, it would just be your throwaway, like, I stab vampires.
Nah, he's an angry little fella in this movie.
He is,
He's
man.
very
and I love
angry.
it.
There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Everyone's angry in this movie. Like at
So
all
mad.
times. There's not a person that's like cheerful whatsoever.
I'm so torn about this film, and I've been torn about it even since when we covered it and I saw it in the theaters. There's so much good, interesting lore and world building with this film, and it's all usurped by incredibly unlikable characters.
Yes. I would agree with that.
That's my big problem with this movie is I don't like anybody. The bad guy's the bad guy. Okay, I'm not supposed to like him.
He's not even like that great.
But he's not that bad.
Guy. Yeah.
He's just kind of a vampire. And even as we learn about the master, he is purposeful in keeping the vampire population down so it doesn't take over the world like whatever that stupid other vampire movie was, where there was nothing but vampires and people were raised as cattle or something like that.
Wasn't that Daybreak or something like
It
that?
sounds like Daybreak, but I
Yeah.
like Daybreak with
I
Willem
didn't.
Dafoe.
I do too.
Yeah,
and
I
let's
like
talk
Daybreak.
about Daybreak.
No,
rather
let's not
this
talk
than
about-
God damn.
No, we're talking about John Carpenter.
Okay,
fine.
do
damn it.
Daybreak at
Fine.
some point. Willem Dafoe was awesome in it.
I
So
know,
like the master is bad for sure. He's the OG vampire, but he's also not. He's not populating the earth with vampires, so he's just kind of keeping his own little culture here.
Well,
I
it's because
suppose.
he's just, on a
But
side
because he
quest to
can't
find
walk-
some kind of crust.
right, exactly. He's on a side quest.
Yeah. Well, he
But
is on a side quest.
Everybody is deplorable, reprehensible in this film. All the protagonists, the priest. Oh,
Andre.
oh, Catholic conspiracies. Shocker. I mean,
I know. I like the idea of the
What?
Catholic Church,
Huh?
throwing money to kill different kind of predators.
I'm
That
surprised
cracked me
James
up.
Wood didn't open the closet and a couple of boys fell out or something. Or that,
Yeah.
the
No, don't mind
cardinal-
that.
No, sorry. Just pay me some more.
He's just there investigating, anti-Catholic rhetoric that's going around.
Right. Just
Why wouldn't the Catholic Church get all the other churches involved? Like, hey, by the way, vampires are real. And what if you had your team of hunters and we had our team of
Nate,
hunters?
have you been to church?
The
You
reason
know they don't agree on anything.
Well,
right?
I just figured the only ones that wouldn't agree is the Southern Baptist Church people.
No. So no, the reason the Catholics don't get in cahoots with anybody else is because it's their fucking fault. Their priest turned into a vampire for whatever the hell he did, and they're trying to cover it up because they're too proud. Like they cover everything else up.
I was gonna say,
they're
you mean
trying
like
to cover
like
this up,
typical
and they don't want
Catholic
nobody else to know about it. That's why the Catholics are
Those
doing
classic wacky
Those
Catholics.
wacky Catholics.
This episode's getting spicy.
It's awful spicy. No, I want to talk about the lore and about the vampires and about this world that we've got to dip our toe into. I just can't freaking stand the lead actor or anybody on the dream team or whatever.
Can I just point something
No.
out? Though, is
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
how out of all of Carpenter's movies, how many of them have people that are likable in them?
Big Trouble in Little China. I liked everybody in that.
Yep.
I mean, okay, fair. That's a good one. But I'm looking at.
That's not,
I wasn't
Christine.
thinking. I mean, well, Christine, the guy we're
Starman.
supposed. No, Christine, the guy that we're supposed to side with and feel sorry for, turns out to be the villain.
I
the
like
end of the
like
movie.
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's
And
Yeah, I was rooting for her.
yeah.
Escape
She's-
from
she's
New York. We're not supposed to like Snake Plissken. He's
Nope.
supposed
Yeah,
to be
but
a
he's
piece
so
of shit
handsome.
kinda guy. That's Kurt. That's Kurt Russell charisma.
Yeah,
you can't do
It's
anything
tough
about that.
It's tough to hate Kurt Russell. He's
You
kind of
can't
an awesome
write. You
dude.
can't write that
Kurt
out.
Russell's handsome. James Woods, not handsome.
Not handsome.
Oh, stop
And
it!
From everything I've read, Kurt Russell, kind of a nice guy. He's a
Yeah,
pretty cool dude.
everything I've read about James Woods,
Not so
asshole.
much.
Complete fucking asshole.
Now,
John Carpenter got along with him, so I mean, that
Yes,
says a lot.
only because John Carpenter gave him carte blanche to redo his. Woods
He-
ad-libbed most of his lines.
He had to do it per script once, and then
Yes.
he ad lib
And then
again.
he got
and
his-
then they would But
they
you-
took most of his ad-lib stuff and
because it was
all-
good.
No, it absolutely
No.
shows you what kind of a person James
No.
Woods is. Ah!
all I'm saying though is he seems to be very obsessed with mahogany.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I love that. But
For
no, I
whatever
want to.
reason, he really likes to put an emphasis on everyone's mahogany.
That joke wasn't funny at
Yes,
all.
it was.
doing it.
It was the
But
fun.
it was uncomfortable.
That's what makes it funny. It's like he's asking a priest about
Okay.
getting mahogany.
I'm off my
That's
soapbox.
funny. Yeah, Pete's not allowed back on the soapbox. He's got to take a time out for a few minutes.
I'm going to take a time out.
He
I'm
got.
going to get another beer.
This is not this. This isn't another show. This is about movies. It's about vampires.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
But I want to say I dig this movie because I don't like. There's not a likable character, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with it
Okay.
because I like a dirty, grimy movie, and I'm also appreciative that most of the '90s was John Carpenter making a movie he wanted to watch, not like the studio. Now the studio did mess with this movie. Its budget got cut by 2/3.
I'm curious
So-
what his vision would have been.
I
or
would
was.
have loved put the money. Why they did this to him with Escape from LA. They did
Yeah.
this to him with Ghost from Mars, and that's another one. Ghost from Mars. There is not a likable character on any of that
I don't
movie.
think I've seen
Yeah,
it.
there's not at all.
I enjoy the hell out of that movie.
Right.
It's fun, but it's just a Carpenter way of doing things. Nate, go ahead. I know you were wanting to say something.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say, so Pete saw this in theaters.
Yeah.
When did you see this, Charlie?
I immediately rented this as soon as it was a new release. So it was like end of 98, 99.
Gotcha.
I don't know if this was when I had moved to Ohio already or just like somewhere in that blur of move, because I moved up in Ohio in 99. But I watched this. I saw it, it was obviously on VHS. I didn't have a DVD player at the time. I fell in love with this movie instantly. It was dirty. It was grimy.
I see where you would, for sure.
It had a lore I had never heard of or thought about. The vampires are literal like creatures, which I haven't seen in a movie since like Priest with, Paul Bettany, where they actually make them more of a infestation than, the brooding Draculas or, the ones from Underworld. So it was kind of refreshing, I guess, if I want to put a word to it, to see something new that isn't your run of the mill vampire movie, poofy shirt. Sorry, Pete. I know you love your poofy shirts, but
no, that's not true.
This would have improved the movie a lot more if all of them had a poofy shirt.
I'm guilty of watching a poofy shirt vampire movie, but I'm not.
No. But yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie. This is one of my favorite, like way up there, John Carpenter movies.
Excellent.
Is vampires, and it was like, so yeah. Pete covered this. Was it this year or last year that you covered it?
What, vampires?
Yeah, you covered.
Oh, over a good. Yeah, it was fairly recently. It was. I think it
wasn't that long ago.
It was last year.
End of last year.
Yeah,
like yeah. And obviously, you guys didn't care for it, much to my chagrin. But
Kathleen hated it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I get it.
The blazing power of 1,000 Suns, she hated this movie.
With a million ooze behind her.
Dave did like it. Dave liked it just fine. I gave it a 3. It was a 2, 3, 4, 5. It was very funny.
That is funny.
It was a first for us anyway.
But spooky season, we try to do like a mixture of horror and action, and I was like, vampires, and it's gonna go. This goes great with the episode we got coming out next. I think it's a nice little juxtaposition of our early Hammer Dracula into a John Carpenter Dracula. So I dig it. Nate, what about you, bud? This would have had to been later on in your viewing, right?
Yeah, all I remember is at some point Dad and I staying up late to watch this. I don't remember when. I don't remember if it was 99, 2000. I just definitely remember us staying up and watching this specific movie. And then I didn't revisit it until maybe the year that I was joining the podcast or something like that. Like it was on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that in forever. Like, I wonder how it holds up. And like one of the things that's cool is like Robert Kurtzman did the makeup and Greg Nicotero
it's really
as
good.
well. You could tell that it has their blueprints all over it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like with Pete, where like I'm left with like a frustrating experience because like the opening to the movie is fantastic. I love this idea of a group of mercenaries going in and pulling vampires out into the sunlight, and like it's a team. They have a father with them. Like there's a lot of like cool stuff here. And I think for me, especially after this being like probably my third time only ever seen it now, wanting that more from the movie. Like I would have much rather seen more of this, like, I don't know, vampire SWAT team.
Right. A prequel to this. Maybe James Woods is putting the team together.
I would have been there for it.
And tell me, this isn't the only team out there. This could be.
Like, no, the's other. They talk about them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like there could be. You could have Tales of the Jedi or Tales of the Vampire Hunters and adventures. In all areas of the world, because the vampire infestation is worldwide, if I understand it right.
One of my favorite things is this opening with the Slayers.
It's great.
It also has probably my favorite cast of everyone you've seen in a movie, but you're also like, wait, who is that? Because it's got Chico that's in every action movie. I swear he was in Commando, he's in Running Man, he's in all these movies. And then they have the Scorpio is ready. So they have that guy in here from Predator 2. They have Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat as a dude that barely has 2 lines in this movie. You almost don't know it's him, but he's one of the Slayers. And then you got the one dude from Sons of Anarchy, and I never watched the show, but I know that's what he's from.
Yep.
And it's just this stacked cast of, they're not extras. They're
they're
character
B-listers.
actors. Yeah, they're these guys. I want that movie. I would have loved. I would have been okay if that had been the movie. The way they get killed off immediately in this movie,
shocking. Within the first 15 minutes, they're all gone.
Like some of them get killed in a cool way that you could tell that's
the
budget
the
took a hit because
the
some of it's
deaths
just like
were
the
great.
vampire breaking a guy's neck or just throwing someone. But then you'd have some where it's like he's sticking his hand through a guy's chest and then choking a girl behind him. It's like, oh, there's some cool stuff here.
There's a couple of not really harsh cuts, but there's a couple of jumps in the massacre because they were going to get nailed with an NC-17. So they had to do the shooting the priest, with the shotgun. They actually filmed the head blow up. So they had to cut it to where you just see the brain spatter on the ceiling.
No kidding.
Then there's another one.
That was the line that was crossing to get an NC-17.
Well, I mean, they literally filmed it as the shotgun blast through a priest's face onto the ceiling, and they cut it where you don't see the blast. There's one other one that they cut that's what they had to do to get it down. They said 90% of the violence is still in the movie.
Nice.
Which it's there. I mean, this is a bloody, violent movie.
It is, but it also has a lot of just road trip that just kind of like, I don't want to say I was bored, but I was just like, man, this isn't what I exactly wanted from this movie.
I'm never bored because because they changed the lore. I need them to tell me about the lore
more
as
of
the
it.
movie goes.
I'm on Charlie's side here.
I like the idea.
It slowed down, but it wasn't boring.
Yeah, I wasn't. That's why I say I wasn't bored. It's just like, okay, like I now have it to where I only have 2 vampire hunters left, and they're trying to track down our main vampire guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the idea of going to the Catholic Church and like them being like,
we're gonna. The whole thing has to be there. Yeah,
we're gonna take away your money.
His team is gone. He's got to go back to the Cardinal and say, "Look, this is nuts," and report that he found a master or the master.
The master, and the master says James Wood's name, John Crow or whatever the hell his name is,
right?
And he's like, "Who sold me out?" So like, there's some cool stuff ideas.
Yeah,
like, a great idea.
The seeds of a mystery.
Yeah, that like, his team was set up. Now, even though I had just seen this a couple years ago, like for some reason in my head, I thought it was the Baldwin brother had sold him out. I really did.
No, it was the Cardinal.
I don't know why. It was Cardinal.
Yeah.
It was just my recollection of the movie was like,
okay.
It was Baldwin that did it.
He turns into the vampire at the end.
I just assume all the Baldwins are evil though. So maybe that's just like
you're probably not too far off.
They had cast Alec Baldwin, and for some reason he turned it down. And it says literally that he handed it to his brother, and then John Carpenter's like, "I've never seen a movie you've been in. How about you read for this first?" And then he had to read for the movie. But I'll agree with you, Nate. I think I know where it needs some tightening up, and it's everything in the hotel. Like you could probably cut that hotel sequence by half.
Not where she's laying there naked. That was.
Can I just say, we watch a lot of these movies. Boobs, there's some boobs at the beginning. I know it's the Pete requisite. I made sure at least this had boobs. But that shot of her is better than any boob shot in most
1,000%. That was, she's tied up, and there's a little bit of, I don't know.
She's been bit by a vampire. Let's put it in
I get
that. By a vampire. Okay, come on.
Within context, it makes perfect sense, and she has a delightful shape. Let me just.
I admit, maybe it kept her covered up. That would have been a little bit more.
Yeah, there wasn't actually any nudity. There was
no nudity,
side view and butt cheeks, and I don't. Man, butt cheeks, whatever.
I sit there.
Have you been to a beach lately?
This afternoon, and they do that scene where he reaches over her to take the duct tape off. So
that was.
But they zoom in. Well, they zoom out, and you can tell that somehow the camera wasn't right, and you literally can see the camera lower itself down so it gets all of her at the pillow. So all you can think of is either the director or the camera guy's going a little lower, right there, perfect, don't move. It's these little things when you're just watching a movie and you see it. But yeah, I think that little bit right there could have been tightened up. But let's talk about this lore a little bit.
Oh, please.
It is a botched exorcism. that
yes.
wasn't completed. So they're trying to exorcise a demon out of a priest. And they can't. They're trying to take it out of Valen, or Valak or whatever his name is. So that's who they're doing this to, and something went wrong, and it reversed. Basically, they say the body died, but the demon lived through. So the demon's alive inside of a dead body. So you get Valak, and we find out later in the movie that even the exorcism wasn't fully finished. Had they had got all the way through, it would have been an unstoppable killing machine. It could have went into the sunlight. It wouldn't have had weakness, but because it got stopped,
interrupted,
that's what gave vampires their weakness. And I'm like, and I love it. No garlic bullshit. No, none of this, stuff you see in the movies. No silver. It's stab them in the heart, put them in sunlight.
But even stabbing them in the heart seems like you got to do multiple times.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one thing I've complained about in movies is they always seem to hit the heart. And it's like, it's not that easy.
Yeah. Right. And we saw it a couple times in this film where, oops, I just missed it. And I don't think they said it, but a stake goes into them and they're not dead. So you can
forever. I thought the heart was, in your left pec, but it's more central to you than anything.
It's right behind the hardest part of the sternum. Not dead center, sure.
Not dead center, but it's off to the side. But I had always over here, just under your arm is where your heart is when I was younger. So I love the fact that that makes it more difficult to kill them. Not quite Blade 2 difficult, but more difficult to kill them. Again, it's I love when they can take a known character and throw a little, kink in the lore. And it works. Blade 2, it worked. They were, hybrids.
Blade 2 is kinky.
This one is
very kinky.
It's very kinky. A lot of leather. A lot of leather.
Oh, the leather. Yes, of course.
Ron Perlman is. But yeah. So this one, the way they could change it up, and they purposely made them savage vampires. I love that he calls them goons. Like he almost doesn't even give them the respect of calling them vampires. He calls them goons for most of the movie, and
they're
love
all pretty
that.
shitty vampires though, because none of them really do anything. Are they going?
They feel they're not a refined. They are a monster. They're not a or a creature. They're a like the master is the only one with any sort of self-awareness or
until he made the other, because he makes masters. That's what she says. The others in the movie, he has created new masters. He's preparing to finish this ritual with the cross that he's looking for. And that's probably the one thing that is like most vampire movies, always looking for something. It's funny, this movie came out the same year as Blade. It's almost the same storyline. You got a vampire hunter going after vampires that are trying to find this relic so they can walk in the daylight. There's a girl that's been halfway turned into a vampire and she's fighting the virus. Both same year, so nothing ripped anything off. It's just,
it's funny, but it's also funny how one has, I feel like, more style than the other.
It's Blade. That's not
Blade's
fair.
Blade's
got way more style.
It's just something about Wesley Snipes is cool.
Yeah. This is almost like a Western. It feels like an old Western.
But because it's a Western that came out after From Dusk Till Dawn, I'm more inclined.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm more inclined to revisit From Dusk Till Dawn over and over again.
Anytime, any day, I will watch Dusk Till Dawn. I love it.
I've seen it as many times, and it's probably my only complaint, especially now, because I watched this on Netflix just so I didn't have to dig through my collection. Is this movie doesn't need to be in high def or polished. I wish it had that grain filter to it to make it feel like I watched it when it was on VHS. This movie's too clean when you watch it in HD.
The desert shots look cool, but there's some shots that John Carpenter did where it's this just looks amateurish. This does not look like John Carpenter. When he throws James Wood onto the top of the armored car And like that whole fight scene,
Yeah.
it's so like awkwardly shot.
Well-
And then like the thud weird noise he makes when he hits the armored car. Like there's a lot where it's just like, what is going on right
the
now?
gunshot when Woods is riding the vampire
Yeah,
out,
that's really bad.
like that one really bothers me. Like I know it's 1998, it ain't the greatest CGI, but they've done better. It's like, if you can't do it digitally, you should have done it
Just don't do
practically.
it
well, it's like he's
practically.
doing the point blank with a pistol shooting that vampire's face. And
Yeah.
it looks really bad, and there's nothing happening to her face.
It is
at
actually.
all.
There's little spots appearing on her face, but there's
there?
nothing. Yeah, there is.
Really?
I specifically like rewatched that one because that
Mhm.
is one scene that bugs the hell out of me in this movie
Mm.
because it looks like he's shooting beside her head.
Yeah.
The way they did the gun flash. But if you look at her face, they've digitally added bullet holes
Ugh.
so that it looks like they're shooting her. And I'm like, this just sucks. Don't even shoot her in the face. Like you could have jabbed a stake in her face and had him roll off. And that's what sucks. The second he's done shooting her and she ends up in the sunlight, I love that shot because he rolls off just as it bursts into that bright
all
green
those-
and
Great
red
stunt work.
flame.
All those people bursting into fire is magnificent.
where it looks like-
so good.
When it looks like
Wow.
flares are basically igniting
yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
looks so cool with every single one. Like there's
Like
not
they,
a
they've
single
been
vampire
dousing
bursting.
gasoline and they sent
Yeah.
off a Roman candle
Yeah.
on their back or something like that.
And then
That,
you
that
had
effect did not get old at
no,
all.
loved it.
not at
And
all.
then Baldwin walking over there and picking up that one skull and brushing it off and putting it on the hood.
On the hood.
I love everything about. Yeah, I mean,
that was pretty badass if Baldwin had actually done any of the fighting instead of just manning
Well,
the winch.
right.
Yeah, how do you get that job where it's like you're in
Right,
charge of the
right.
winch
You ever seen
and
True
you get
Li-
to wear the headset?
You ever seen True Lies? Tom Arnold ended up in the van, so someone has to be in the
Okay.
van.
But
Oh,
he's
that's
wearing
right.
the
Yeah, yeah.
headset and no one else is like wearing a walkie-talkie. They're all just yelling out the door.
Right?
And I'm
I
like,
don't-
why
I
do you
did-
need this
Ready, set,
headset?
go. Right.
You could have played that off just going, okay, I don't hear anything on the police scanner. We're good to go. But they even kill that because they're in on it with the cops, which I guess is a nice little thing. It's like, why aren't the cops involved? They've paid them off.
The
That
Catholic
works.
Church, having all the money in the world, has paid off the
Literally.
local police, and they're actually doing the police a favor because the police don't have to get their hands dirty in this weird supernatural.
They're not
fashion.
equipped for it. I mean,
That-
basically,
that-
they
and
would
that
be
too, right,
eradicated.
right. And but I want to circle back to the lore. I
Go ahead.
really like how, and James Wood had a rant with the new preacher as they're going to their first gig or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, garlic doesn't do nothing. Crosses don't do anything. Holy water is garbage. But stabbing in the heart and throwing them in the sunlight, that's what kills them. And it's with vampire lore, it's always bothered me. And Bordello of Blood, I think, had a very funny joke that I don't know if a lot of people missed it or it just didn't land very well.
I know what
But-
you're gonna say.
But yeah, Dennis Miller had a Star David necklace, and Hottie McHotterpants thought it might have been a cross, and she flinched, and then it just turned out to be a Star of David. She thought it was a cross.
Mhm.
I never understood why Christianity was a weakness for vampire. Why was that religion specifically harmful to vampires? Because vampire lore started in Eastern Europe for sure.
Yeah.
Can you
but
imagine
but
a
there are-
vampire
but there's-
being afraid of a Buddhist?
well, yeah. Namaste, and they burst into flames
Ah!
or something.
Ah,
Right,
no!
right. It
Hey!
it doesn't make any sense if there are like that. Just lends credence to that there's only one religion in the world, and that doesn't ever settle well with me.
I think you have to go with when Dracula was written or whatever,
Sure,
what was
sure.
prevalent.
I
It's
totally get all that.
also for most people, the layman, is it has no soul, therefore it's gonna be averse to anything religious. look, there's only one person in the movies that ever got it 100% right, and that's Benny from The Mummy, because he had every necklace on just in case.
You're absolutely right.
That's the only dude that was
Just in
always
case.
ready.
Yes.
That guy had
Benny.
it. Benny was a piece of shit, but he
He was a
had
piece
one
of shit.
thing right.
He was
That
smart.
wear every necklace of every religion.
Which one are you? This one. This
Exactly.
one.
He even knew a little bit of the chants each time he held it up. It was fantastic. But I'm glad they eliminated that whole thing because then he wouldn't have been able to grab the cross that he's after anyway because it's a religious symbol. So it's like, why would he be able to grab it?
That would have been the sweet irony of it all. The only thing that can heal me is what will kill me.
Exactly. Well, it was forever before I truly understood what in the regular vampire lore, what the deal was with mirrors. And it was because back in the day, mirrors were reflected off with silver on the back, and silver was supposed to be, anti-vampire. So
because a lot of
werewolves,
yeah, if it's something bad, it's silver will kill it.
Machine guns with silver bullets totally works. All vampire or all werewolf movies.
Why did James Woods just get one of those like bullets with the UV light in it, like that one movie that we covered?
That would have been awesome.
Why did just harness the power of the sun in the bullet? Come on.
But I like that there's no
bring a grow lamp with you, right?
Like futuristic look to this movie. I like that it's weapons, nothing special other than they've got the cool looking stakes.
Like they bring the guns just to kind of like slow them down.
I got a question.
Ask away, Pete. Yes, you in the back.
For heaven's sakes, guns.
Yeah.
Guns don't do shit to vampires. Who was it? Baldwin was shooting with an AR or an Uzi or something, and these vampires are coming out of the hacienda or whatever, not affecting anybody. Why on earth would you ever stock guns on this team? It
just feels like a waste of money.
It's a waste of time.
Badass spears that you could be like,
are they
using as a crossbow?
Now, if you said these guns had wooden bullets in it, okay, so we got something going on.
It's about buying time
I suppose
because they had guys with spears.
Yeah,
but if you can stun whoever you're attacking,
boy, those vampires didn't look like they got stunned by guns.
Some of them did, some didn't.
Some got staggered back. But what I think it is,
Woods rode a vampire out into the light, shooting her, and it wasn't doing anything. He die. He's like, you can't kill it with a gun, you dumbass.
She was a master, though, technically. So yeah.
Were they? So that last hacienda or adobo,
they're
whatever,
all masters at the end.
Were they all?
Well, yeah, all
masters?
the ones that come
At
up
the
out of
very
the
end.
dirt, out of the dirt.
Yeah.
Them, they're all. There was like 7 or 8 masters.
So the masters can't afford a coffin; they have to sleep in the ground.
They don't. He says it in the movie. None of this coffin bullshit.
Coffin's bullshit.
So. And honestly, I love the fact that if they're not anywhere that they can get out of the sunlight, that they bury themselves. I'm like, that's how you survive.
That sounds like legit lore.
That's a savage creature, like we're talking.
Yes,
that is instinctual. I need out of the sun. I'm going to dig my way into the dirt.
I mean, a groundhog digs himself into the ground, but he's not a savage creature.
Have you ever ran into a groundhog?
They're
Those
assholes.
Little bastards are mean.
They are. Charlie is 100% right.
You want to talk about a creature that when you shoot it, it doesn't respond? Fight a groundhog.
What was that? A mosquito? It was a piece
I
of
have
paper.
filled one with a 22 and it kept going.
Here's your problem. It's a 22. I told you I could take one of those. So can the groundhog.
I'm still telling you that the bullets didn't come back out of it, so they're rattling around inside of him.
Once again, I think it'd just be a graze I could take, but still.
But no, it's totally mean. So vampires are groundhog. We need that movie, Vampire Groundhogs. We get everything else. We got vampire shark.
We have zombievers out there, so we got that going.
Yeah, zombievers. We could do that. Totally fine. But no, this is what I love. I knew this was going to be a 50-50 for Nate and that Pete really didn't care for this movie. And I am in love. But I'm in love with this movie, period.
Some of this movie,
that's what's frustrating.
Man, there's just some parts I just really, really hate.
I also think with Pete complaining about the guns, maybe it was just James Woods and Billy Baldwin wanting the Catholic Church, the front, the check, just so they could go buy guns. That feels like a
Dude,
thing those guys would have done.
I would have
like we totally need guns.
Resources.
No,
Catholic Church.
This is totally a Burt Gummer moment from Trimmers 2.
Yeah,
Like all you
that's
guys
exactly
took was
it.
a couple of shotguns, and he comes in on a fully loaded truck with everything, even some for the personal collection.
But
Like,
even the
that's
grabbers
what you do.
The Pope is writing the check for American guns. He's like, why do they need these? And they're like, I don't know.
Because America, they're American vampires. We got to
Like,
use American style.
Why
on
can't
it.
they just use the spears and crossbows? They specifically asked for machine guns. I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Pope.
How about
And also,
light?
because
how
this
about
is
light
98, this is that Pope that fought Nazis, so it's the cool Pope at the time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, can't you modify like a laser tag gun to harness the power of the sun and shoot him with that instead?
You let me know how that works, other than a vampire just
maybe a different.
I feel like the
squinting a
Catholic
lot.
Church has the money to make laser guns.
I mean, the way you two sound, it's like, why didn't they just have a bunch of mirrors and then reflect the sun into all of the houses?
Kinda. Like,
Indiana
why
Jones,
didn't they
right?
open
Or
the
no,
front
Tomb Raider.
door?
That's what it
Yeah.
was.
They open the front door and have the mirror right there with the sun perfectly angled in to go into the
Oh,
house.
I got it. So they wear reflective material and they shine light into the cabin, and it sunlight bounces off of them all throughout the cabin. It just burns all the.
So they wear OSHA-approved reflective vests.
PPE.
as they
Tell me,
fight.
tell me these people are OSHA approved. That's bullshit. Nope.
No, that's where you get the cool shit, is when OSHA isn't involved.
You're going to go into a house. Why not just blow up the roof and then make a big old sunroof?
Nate's got a great point there. Why not just set fire to that house
Exactly.
in the middle of the day? That's a nest. Torch that shit.
I mean,
And then
you
let
gotta-
it burn down. And then when they all pop out
Then they
from the
don't-
rebel.
Charlie's right. They probably don't get to shoot their guns then. Which don't
Yeah,
do
that's
good
true.
anyway.
be able to shoot the guns.
It was
You guys are missing the fun
It's a
part.
ramshackle shack. Why not just burn the damn thing down?
You tell me that you got free bullets and can shoot them out in the open, that you're not going to shoot
And
the
the
guns.
cops won't care.
Exactly.
It's like shooting bullets into the ground. Who cares? Bang, bang. Take that, earthworms. Bang, 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 bang.
China might care if the bullet goes that far.
Oh,
Is this the same too that we were gushing over Desperado on the bullet explosions in the movie? But
Yes.
now when we're shooting up against vampires, it's just not
We're
cool
just saying
anymore.
the bullets kill the people in
people
Desperado.
died in Desperado?
The bullets in Vampire Status go like, why'd you do this?
I've got a body count, so don't tell me people didn't die in this
No,
movie.
The humans died. I suppose there's a lot of vampires.
19
What,
humans
did you
die
count
right
the
out the gate.
vampires? Did you count the vampires dying? Because they were already dead.
Well, people had to die to become a vampire, so you don't count.
But that was off screen.
But you don't count Valak. You count the other.
Yeah, but like you don't wake up dead, so you don't go to bed dead and wake up alive.
I don't know. You woke up dead Saturday morning, Nate.
Oh boy, did I ever.
Some controversy here. to
Did
say
you
that.
know that if you order a pizza to be delivered to your house while you're getting an Uber back home, the pizza guy will beat you?
Oh no! Did you
Like
get
with
your
a-
pizza?
with a
Oh no, I
stick?
got my pizza because the best part was I was in the Uber front seat and I got a phone call at like 12:10. And I was like, who the hell is calling me at 12:10? Decline. And then they called me again. I went, oh God, I ordered a pizza.
I think the pizza guy did beat you with a stick. That's exactly
And I
what
answered.
he
I'm like,
did.
no, I promise. I'm like 2 minutes away. I wait for the Uber guy to get us like home.
That's not what Nate said. Nate said, "That
All right. Well, in my head, that's what it translated to.
was that's what you tried to
It
say."
actually translates to, why, thank you, good sir. I do appreciate
Exactly.
the pizza.
I love that joke in The Simpsons. It was I that put the what was it? The ice cube with the fly in it.
Yes.
All right, I think it's perfect time for a commercial. Everybody, I'll try and get this back on a track here in just a minute. These two are just having shenanigans in the back seat right now. So we'll be right back.
Get off of my side. It's my
I
side.
won't. I'm not.
No, stop touching me.
No.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down with me, Stompy, and my little brother Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Yes, you are. So join us, Sludge, Mark, and Ruben as we review monster movies from all around the world.
And don't forget about the monthly contest and trivia.
That's right, peasants. You'll find extra content like the Underdogs, Monster Match Wednesdays, Friday Night Fights, each week exclusively on our Facebook and Instagram.
So please join us at the Monster Movie Stop Down.
Your one-stop shop for monster movie reviews, interviews, news, contests, and of course, me, Stumpy.
And Frank.
Mystery unfolds around you. Adventure whispers your name. But remember one thing. Darkness has power in the Vampire Hunter game. And now you're a part of the legend. But beware the eerie blue glow of night that turns villagers into werewolves. Solid ground into traps. Hope for the red rays of day that let you move safely, gather weapons, and hunt the vampire before his ship arrives and he escapes. Now playing in the darkness near you. The Vampire Hunter game by Milton Bradley. Batteries not included, some assembly required.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, how did I never know about this game?
Why do I not? I need that right now.
Yeah, I didn't either. I found the commercial and went, this is
eBay.
perfect.
Vampire eBay, here I come.
I think if I remember right, the commercial said something about 2002 copyright or something like that. So
That's not even that old.
it is, but it's not.
It
okay,
is,
not
but
for
it's
us.
I just realized that Valak is played by Terry Silver from Karate Kid
Part 3.
Wait, what?
I thought I made that joke earlier. That's
No,
like,
it didn't look like him at all.
Yeah, Ralph
That's
Macchio
expensive.
wouldn't be able to hold up against Valak, man. That's it. How much is it, Pete?
Oh, Amazon's got it for like $70.
That's still
Holy crap.
expensive.
Wait, hold on. This is riveting podcasting right now. Oh, this looks super familiar. I've seen this
Googling
before.
things to buy.
$20 on eBay. I've seen this
okay.
before.
Well, one of you two buy it so we can play it.
Okay.
Well, you can't play it while you're
I
driving.
love this. No, let me just say this. I share something really cool in the group, and Pete's like, that's awesome. We should get another one to give away in a contest. It's all fun and games when it's my money, but when I go, let's get a $20 game for all us to play. I don't know. Maybe Nick can afford to buy it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. No, actually, it says it's out of stock, so we can't do that right now.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, you heard the cool commercial. Buy the cool toy that way we can play it.
I got to do some research on this because I want a complete game.
He's like, hold on now.
No. I just want a complete game because
$20 maybe means I don't get all the
This one
pieces.
says $12 and this one says $40.
Oh, that one's missing the werewolves then.
Right.
I'm not playing it if there's no werewolves. I'm just saying it right
this
now.
is $20 new sealed. I'm like, hell, okay.
Okay.
Well,
That's not so bad.
talking my language.
All right. Again, this is great. This is great podcasting. Hey, let's go shopping, everyone.
Look,
I feel like a Barbie.
some of the feedback we've gotten is your guys' banter is hilarious, so we just keep doing it. That's just
That doesn't feel right.
this is
Is that track? I don't know. Nate.
no, I got it.
Thank
It's
you.
okay.
Thank
Totally
you,
fine.
whomever said
Did you guys know that this movie opened at #1 at the box office?
Yes, it did. This is
And
also
then
his-
the second week. No. Then the second week it dropped to 8th. Not the
Yeah.
second.
yeah, that tracks.
I don't even know how that's possible.
This is
like-
also his highest grossing movie. This is like 9.1 million at the box office.
Wasn't this like the make or break for Carpenter? Like he was like, I'm out of Hollywood if this thing doesn't. do
Yeah,
well."
he was dead set on retiring unless he had, not that the movie did well, he had to have fun making it. That's a difference
I
with
think
a
he
lot
did,
of
though,
things.
didn't he?
Oh, he did.
He
He
had
had
a good time. Yeah.
He had a blast.
It was
making this
also
movie.
like he had bomb after bomb after bomb.
He
He's
did.
like, I just want to have fun again. And then he goes and makes another bomb with Ghost of Mars. Like he
Yeah.
didn't learn his lesson.
Masterpiece.
But
after
he had fun
masterpiece
with
after
it.
Masterpiece, and no one understood it.
He
at the
had a
time.
blast
Yeah.
with Ghosts of Mars. And again, another movie we did that last Halloween. I absolutely love that movie.
I gotta see that one. I haven't seen it.
I liked it more the second time around. As a
Yeah.
kid, I hated it.
Okay.
heavy metal and Martian type zombies, not real zombies that you hate, Pete. There's actually things behind
It's
these.
stupid, but
Yeah.
it does have Pam Grier. But it is
And-
stupid.
and
Oh,
Jason
I'm
Statham
down with
with
Pam
hair.
Grier.
Yeah. Jason Statham has hair too, so it's kind of shocking.
What?
Yeah,
I can't handle that. That sounds like a thing I can't handle.
No, it's totally amazing. Totally amazing. I may watch it later this week.
Is it
I don't
nice
know.
hair, or is it like
No,
you should
no,
shave it?
the man
You
should never
shave
have
it.
hair.
No.
Yeah, it's like you ever look at a person and be like, you should not have hair. It's you. Like
It's me or Jason?
Or is it Jason Statham?
You've
Both
seen
of
me.
you.
You've seen me with hair. It was glorious. I'll have you know.
He had some glorious locks, that's for sure. Hey, let's get back to vampires, man, because
Whatever.
I am loving this conversation with you two because, like I said, I can talk about any part of this movie and just gush about it. There is no bad part. I love the new sidekick priest and how he kind of has this, like, I don't want to say innocence about him because
he does. It's naivete.
That's the word, naivete about him, because he knows some shit. He's keeping stuff from James Woods.
He's the if you ever seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, he is the Watcher.
The guy with the glasses.
Slayer. Yeah, Anthony Head in the TV series, and Sutherland, Donald Sutherland in the film.
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, I was like, where are you going?
Yeah,
you're going to the movie.
Well, either way. So they're the bookworm. They train the Slayer to do whatever, and that's where he was. But he had zero field experience, which a lot of Watchers also have zero field experience. And you know what? Let's talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, we're not going to talk about Buffy
the only thing I know about Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the Xbox game and
one
the
of
original movie.
Greatest TV shows of all time. Yes, you're right, Nate. It is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Because I'll have you know that
no, Supernatural was better than Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Supernatural stood on the shoulders of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I will not deny that. I will not deny that. But better executed. And if we're going to talk Buffy, we're talking about the movie, okay? We're not going to talk about some TV show.
Supernatural went on way too long.
Yeah, but I'd take Sarah Michelle Gellar over the other one.
I don't know. Jensen Ackles and the other ding dong were hunky.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think either of you know what either one's talking about. Nate's talking about the original Buffy. Pete done went into Jensen
Christine
Ackles.
Swanson? No,
yeah, I don't
SMG.
She's
SMG all the way.
Here is a babe as SMG. I like that. That's good.
SMG all the way.
Sarah Michelle Gellar stood on the shoulders of Christy Swanson, okay? And Paul Rubens, damn it.
And Paul Rubens.
You know
who didn't
what?
stand on the shoulders of Paul Rubens?
It's true.
Wait,
we're not here to get into his life. Don't. I knew exactly where Pete's mind went in an instant, and I had to jump in there real quick. No, Pete. No. R.I.P. Paul Rubens. I love
Paul Rubens and all of his stuff. He entertained me a lot for a variety of reasons.
Still doesn't make that comment better, Pete. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do there.
I like him in Blood. You watch Blow and you're like, oh, what? It can't be that hard to be a drug dealer. Then you get to the second part of Blow and you go, oh, all right, maybe this is a little bit of a dark movie.
A little. Jeez.
Look, we're talking about the guy that snorted Ajax in one of the Cheech and Chong movies. So, I mean, that's all you need to know about Paul
That's something
Rubens.
I need to go back and watch. I'm doing myself a disservice not watching those.
You are.
Cheech was in Desperado, so go check out our
Yes,
Desperado.
he was. And Dust Till Dawn. And
not in Vampires.
Machete.
But not in Vampires.
Not in Vampires.
He should have been in
movie
Vampires.
we're trying to cover right now. And you two just keep trying to jump over the front seat and grab the steering wheel when
Charlie,
I'm
you're
not
up.
paying attention.
What's the next part of this movie that you want to talk about?
I literally just got done saying that there's no part of this movie that I won't gush about or have a blast. Who is rattling their fucking mic?
Is it me?
I think it's you.
Oh,
That's
fuck,
so
that's
you.
it.
Okay, my knee hit it. So sorry. Please
It happened earlier, and I was just like, "What the fuck is Troy on this recording?
Right,
what the
right,
fuck
so
is going
sorry.
on?" Like, fine. Oh, now
I get it.
Where
You're up. You're
gushing.
You're gushing. You can
Just like
you can
Vampire's
talk
Blood.
about any part of this movie.
Okay,
gushers.
Well, all right. Well, look, I can tell you guys are just a little disinterested. It's really hard to keep you all on track. So let's just go ahead and jump into
Shocker.
into the end of this movie. So they've kind of gotten into the nest with the new masters. They're wiping it out as best they can, but darkness has fallen on them. They get attacked by Valak, and James Woods gets captured by Valak, pretty easily. I agree with Nate. It's a little goofy when he throws him up on top of the box truck.
Yeah.
And, it's just, and then they got him. And then they tie him up at the stake on a cross. So that, again, crosses don't work against
they're
him.
They're going to crucify him.
We do got to talk about this cross, though, that James Woods is hung up on.
Yeah.
And the dashing escape plan that Billy Baldwin or Daniel Baldwin, I can't remember which one at this point.
It's one of them. It's a Baldwin.
They look the same. They act the same.
They all have the same eyes and hair.
Montoya. We'll just keep calling him Montoya.
But the son of a bitch uses the crossbow to shoot the cross to then yank James Wood to safety. But I'm telling you right now, if you're going to yank me from safety with a winch attached to a crossbow, attached to a cross, I don't think it's going to go well, guys, because that ragdoll on that cross, it thudded real hard.
That was a great dummy right there.
That was one of my favorite scenes. Is the cry? It was like that dummy just went. He was liquefied. It was great.
It literally did. It looked like Buster on MythBusters when the myth didn't go right.
I was thinking Super Dave, Steve Osborne. Yeah, but that was.
Well, they grab like 10 feet, and then new Padre comes down with an axe to cut him free. He's like, "Let's go kill some vampires," and then he throws the axe. I'm like, "Why did you do that?"
Right, I would have kept the axe for sure, but that's just me.
The guns don't work. The axe is gonna work.
The axe can hit the chest. I guarantee it.
Yeah, you could take an arm off with an axe.
Right.
I did like the priest though when he's up on the thing because he kills the cardinal, which is awesome.
Okay, so the cardinal is in cahoots with the master because the cardinal wants to live forever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
basically, he wants to be.
So the new Padre learns all this as the exposition is happening, and then shoots the cardinal dead. Boom.
Yep.
And now the ritual can't be completed, and the master is fucked.
Right.
But now the master wants to force the new Padre to do it. And he puts a gun to his mouth and says,
he holds himself hostage.
Yeah.
He blazing saddles his way out.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no. He's serious. He's going to do it. Won't someone please help that man?
See, it just reminded me of Seven Psychopaths where that guy pointed the gun at Christopher Walken and he's like, "Put your hands up." He's like, "No.
No.
No.
Do the ritual again." No.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. Did you not hear me? I told you to do the ritual. No.
I don't care. No. I love that movie. It's such an underrated movie.
What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Yeah. Oh, then you don't get your ritual, big boy.
Either way, you don't get your ritual.
Oh,
my
man.
problem with this, it's still, they mention that sunlight is coming up, but then sunlight really comes up and all the vampires just scurry back into the hole.
Yeah, they don't want to blow up. Did you see what happens?
It feels so awkward.
It was a very quick night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because sundown, it had to be like January, right? Where it was like the days.
Do you know how long it takes to cut down logs and make a cross? It's not like an hour or two.
It just felt like they had to take in the ritual all night then.
Well, I don't know.
You don't know what they had together for. He might not have had the robes with him. Somebody was bringing them with him. One of the church boys. We don't know all the ins and outs of how you do a ritual.
The sun comes in like a hero riding in from
like
the sunset.
Gandalf and Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf in Two Towers.
Right, exactly. All
Look
of a sudden,
to the east.
The sun, right. The sun is one of the heroes now.
The sun has a giant beard.
Yes. But yeah, then all the vampires scatter. I missed.
Oh no! Billy Baldwin shoots out with an MP5 for no reason, going, "Hey!"
All these vampires are coming out of the wherever, and he's just raking them down, and they're not even budging. Guns are stupid in this movie.
Guns are fun to shoot. Stop it! It's not.
And he's shooting this big automatic rifle with one hand over his shoulder. that gun would have popped out of his hand. And
he's dying. He doesn't care. He's like, whatever.
No, he's got vampire strength now because he was bit by a vampire.
If I'm gonna die,
he liked that
I
too,
want to
didn't
die firing guns. I mean, it's just simple math.
Yeah. When Billy Baldwin got bit by the vampire, he really did not put up a fight at all.
No, she ripped part of his neck out, and he's like, I'm good with this. This is.
Did you see her at the hotel scene?
Oh yeah.
So she stays looking like that forever now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So. Go, Billy.
Sadly, Billy Baldwin.
I just didn't get it.
Daniel. I don't know which Baldwin it is. I don't know if it's Billy.
Whatever.
We keep calling him Billy. I think it's Daniel.
Billy Baldwin's a fun name's all I know.
Phonetically, it's like Peter Parker. It's Billy Baldwin.
Billy Baldwin. It rolls off the tongue.
It's a lot better than William Baldwin. That just doesn't sound
Manson.
Marilyn Manson Baldwin.
Pete. Piano player.
Pete Postlethwaite.
Pete Postlethwaite.
I don't know.
Oh, stop. All right.
Where are we?
I body count.
Body count. Are we body count already?
Might as well be.
Okay. We're not going to end the film. Let's end the film.
We got James Woods chases Valak in with the cross that he's been looking for as a giant spear.
Valak was not able to scurry back into the hole.
No, not quick. He tried to grab the cross, and I did like that. When the sun rays hit the cross, and he keeps trying to grab it, and
ow.
He doesn't go ow, ow, ow. He's literally yelling.
He goes ooh, yeah, and then he's also like 600 years of knowledge gone. Like he's just stupid now.
Are you saying he should have wore gloves? Is that what you're saying?
All I'm saying is he should have thought of his plan a little bit better because it was like
his
he
fingers
instantly
are real
forgot.
long. You'd have to find really weird mittens.
Yeah, they would have been like Michael Jackson gloves. It still doesn't work right.
If you're a master, you have a back door somewhere, and he did not have a back door. Bad master.
Everyone has a back door, Pete. Anyway,
so James Woods would have really been interested in the mahogany in his back door.
Maybe a little ebony.
With as focused as James Woods was on the mahogany, maybe he was interested. Anyway.
Well, did you see him dive at the piece of wood in the house to knock it down?
He's like, true. He went, mahogany!
And he ran and hugged the mahogany, knocked it right down. It was awesome.
Who would have thought a support beam is what could take out a vampire?
It lets the sunlight in, man. That is the one thing. Like, I wish they'd have done a little different from the lore. Or I do love when a movie does when it kills the human form and like the creature form reveals itself for a little bit.
That's very cool.
Like at the end of Days,
the demon was being released from the shell from its vessel, and
still let it die right then. But just to have that little form, and I get it, budget. It was cut already. Maybe that's what they would have done. It would, this is another one of those things we're so used to doing. It's like what could have been had they just had the budget and just let them do what they wanted. But I'm okay with this ending. I'm okay with, him dying. Then James Wood has to go out and deal with Billy Daniel Alec Baldwin and, gives him that head start. And the priest is just like, F it. Everybody dies.
Yeah,
the
priest is ready to
She's
murder
a vampire.
Everything.
I'm going to shoot him. Yeah, I'm going to shoot him in the face. Shut up. This is what I'm going to do.
Do you see that person? That person is a vampire. Do you see that person over there? They're a vampire.
I don't know who that is. Is that a vampire? I don't know. I'm going to shoot it.
Do you recognize him as a vampire?
Okay, can I do the body count now? You guys are totally
whatever you're supposed to do, go do.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Guns.
Yes, guns. Guns and vampires. Guns don't do nothing to vampires. They still had guns.
Well, they do in Blade, the better 1998 vampire movie.
Yeah, there's guns in Blade.
But those guns.
There's guns in Underworld. There's a lot of regular bullets flying in Blade 2. That I'm not saying Blade 2 the sequel. I'm saying Blade as well.
Right.
I don't know which one.
I got you.
Jesus Christ. Body count 38.
Okay.
38 deaths in this. This is sizable.
More than respectable.
Yeah. Absolutely. For a hybrid horror action movie.
Right. But you counted the vampires who once were human and now are vampires.
But they died.
Right.
They died.
Right.
And now they're there. I think the only one technically we really shouldn't count is Valak. but I think it got counted in the big count now. Look, you know how hard it is. Like most people don't give a shit.
Hey.
They'll count anything. If there's a mannequin in a store window that gets blown up, that's a body count. And I don't agree with that. You know how hard that is to cut down. So
I'm on your side there.
I 38 plus or minus 3. How's that? You know,
plus
I always like that. We can always have
30.
a plus or minus.
Plus or minus, you know, we'll work it out in the whatever. I don't give a shit.
Right.
You ever killed anyone? Yeah, but they were all bad.
Let's pick our favorite one out of the thing. Nate, how about you, bud? What's your favorite kill of the week?
It's Valak's first kill to the guy from Sons of Anarchy, where he puts his hand in him, and then he lifts it, and then he splits the guy in half.
Yeah.
And it's a really good practical effect. It's one of those things
it
that's
is.
like Kurtzman and Nicator are known for. Like it's a lot of blood, and it's one of those like, why couldn't all of this hotel scene been that epic with all of its kills?
It was, but it had to get cut.
Right.
And that sucks. I know. Yep. Always threaten them with that NC-17, man. If only. Just roll with it next time, guys. Take that NC-17.
Take it in stride.
Well, you might have doubled your budget. They're like, whoa, a John Carpenter NC-17? I'm there.
Oh, I'll go see that.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Pete, what about you? Favorite kill?
It's the same thing, man. It was a surprise. Like these guys had just kicked ass so hard, and they're all partying up with these hookers and blow and beer and having a great old time. He opens the door, and the dude he doesn't get cut in half, but he gets sliced from shoulder to hip. And
yeah, it's diagonal. It's kind of wild.
Yeah,
the way
it
they
was
cut
great,
it.
and he just kind of falls apart. And there's blood and visceral. It was wonderful, and I think the best part about it was shocking. I wasn't prepared for that, especially that these are all the heroes, and they all get dispatched immediately in the film. So that was my again. It was the best.
James Woods stabs himself with his own arrow. The dipshit.
Yeah, he does.
He's a dipshit.
He does respond to that throughout the movie, though. Like whenever he's doing stuff, you know, like it's not like they did it and they forgot. And he's
I was
like
a hero
superhuman
once,
again.
and then I took a knee to the an arrow to the knee.
He just
Took a knee
totally
to the
messed
knee?
that up. I just took a knee to the face.
I just totally fucked that up.
Yeah, totally. I do love that kill, man. But
Charlie, you're up.
One of my favorites is the first vampire death. Like when he's like intimately stabbing it with the stake in the corner, stabs it in the forehead, and then we get that reveal of how you finally destroy them is drag them out into the sunlight.
Yeah, that was,
and they burst into flames.
It's a wonderfully unique
It's
way
really
to dispatch
sweet.
him.
It's awesome. And then Montoya picks his skull up, dusts it off, and sets it on the hood. It's a drawn out death. And if I'm going to count, you know, just a cool ass death, it's going to be that vampire. As far as human deaths, yeah, that one dude tops everybody as far as I'm. Second only to Valak punching a dude through the chest and then choking a hooker.
A hooker.
That's just a terrible location to be in.
Sex worker.
They called them prostitutes. We can say prostitutes.
They
right?
were
'Cause that's what they were called.
Prostitutes,
Well, when someone lets us watch a
who you
movie
are.
called, you know, Chainsaws and Hookers, we just we added that to our lexicon. So what can I say? It's totally fine. All right, let's rate this bad. Pete,
man,
you hate this movie. But you don't.
Exactly. That's my thing. So a 5 is a movie, right? It's just a movie.
Average.
And 10 is Desperado.
Sure. Yeah. That's what we said.
Man. I'll go 6.5. I do not. I say go watch this movie if you can get over the person of James Woods and how just
you can get over the persona of James and Billy Baldwin.
Oh my God! Like there's no, ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody likable. You do not like anybody in this film, and
that doesn't make it a bad movie.
But it's got some really cool lore in it, and I think it has something to say about the Catholic Church, which is also a lot of fun.
Got him.
Got him. It's
You already said 6.5.
I want to go lower, but I'm going to say 6.5.
6.5. Totally
Stay
fair.
there. I'm staying there.
There you go. I dig it. All right. Nate, Mr. Middle of the Road. Peter, set the bar at 6.5.
Yeah.
So
I feel bad because I'm going to just a little bit lower.
Go
than
for it.
that.
Oh, that's not middle of the road, damn it. You got to be between me and Pete.
No, I'm going. I'm a 6
You got 6?
because like
damn,
there's
that's 6.
just. I don't know if I'd revisit this or not. Like
it's
after this,
What's
like
wrong with you two?
it's
Jeez.
just. I know that there's a better vampire movie in this same year, and I know that From Dusk Till Dawn exists, and I know that I have 10 times more fun with From Dusk Till Dawn than I do with this movie. Now, if we were to ever happen to cover the sequel with Mr. John Bon Jovi,
But as a matter of fact, I watched it last night.
I'm telling you, I'm down to cover that one.
You don't want to cover it, I promise you.
No, because it's awesome to hear Mr. John Bon Jovi say Padre. That's literally the only thing I remember from that movie. And it being called Los Muertos or something like that.
Los Muertos.
That popped up on my feed the other night that Pete was watching that, and I went, does he know we're doing the first one, not the second one? I
that would've been great, though.
Message him.
I thought about doing a bit at the very beginning. He's like, yeah, so John Bon Jovi's in this movie.
Beautiful hair in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's glorious.
Who's got a coif of hair, man. That's definitely true. I guess that makes it my turn
It's
now.
yours.
This movie has flaws. I will not deny that.
Yeah.
But do I have an absolute blast watching this movie? Yes, I do. So that is the biggest deciding factor to me. This movie's an 8. I mean, I've watched this movie more times than I can count. You guys talk about, well, Dusk Till Dawn exists, Blade exists. Yes, they do. And I will watch all of them. I will marathon all of these because I love 90s vampire movies. You know, those type of just this weird like thing that was happening
like,
in the
90s,
lore.
Like, some of the filmmaking styles were just like, like
I'm a
especially,
child
like you said,
of it, man.
in the
It's
high def area where like when you get to see some of it in this better picture, like
yeah,
like,
I do not recommend watching this in high def.
And I think with Pete saying like it's a mean movie, like not likable characters, that's something also with like 90s compared
That was
to
a big
80s,
90s thing.
where 80s was very
That toxic
charming,
masculinity, if you
and
want to
then
use
90s
a
was
term.
so
it was just it was hyper masculinity for no good reason.
very James Wood.
I mean,
stop it.
They're slapping women just left and
well,
my god.
she was a vampire, so I don't know
She
if that
was
counts.
a vampire. She bit him.
It's
Are you
still-
saying you wouldn't
I
slap
don't
a
know if that
vampire for
counts or
biting
not.
you?
That's not the first time Billy Baldwin slapped a woman, I promise.
In the movie. In the movie, Pete.
In the movie. No.
How many times do I have to
real
say
life.
we're not going to talk about anything they do in real life? Stop it.
That character in the movie.
Come to think of it, all the Baldwins in real life are pretty terrible.
That's Nate's fault.
I've never used that twice in an episode.
Oh no. Okay, I'm in.
Thank
I'm
God
done.
James
I'm
Woods
done.
and Billy Baldwin never started another movie again.
God no.
We still got like 20 minutes to the show, guys. What now?
Do we do?
No, this is great. This is a nice short show.
I'm just going to stare at each other. I'm just going to let it play.
We didn't have any homework. Should we have homework?
Well, should there have been homework?
I didn't have homework. I don't know. It's fine. Nate, you got a trash opinion?
I do have a trash opinion.
I don't care.
Oh no!
You're lucky we need content.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I bash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's gonna be a disaster.
So funny.
Every time. It'll never get old, dude.
It's right. That bit will never go away.
I don't
Seriously.
think
It's here to stay.
So this comes from Alistair Thacker back in 1999.
Oh,
Wow.
like right after the movie. Okay.
Yeah. They gave this a 1 out of 10 and called it macho, cheesy, boring. 15-year-old geeks into Megadeth might like it.
Oh
Sam
my
was like,
God.
"Grr, let's go
Wow.
kill some vampires. I don't cry. I'm a man. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Slap. I've never subscribed to thinking that movies make people violent. However, when I left the cinema, I wanted to kill the makers. If I'd actually paid to see it, I would have began a random killing spree. Don't go. It'll ruin your night.
I've never had one hit so close to home.
That's
what the hell?
That's solid, man. I
was 18 and loved Megadeth. Damn it, man. What the hell?
She's not wrong. This is man. This is a manly man movie.
He'll ruin your night.
Well, look, I'm just going to sit there. I'm going to state the obvious. You need to be looking at John Carpenter then. That's all I can say. He made the movie.
Yeah, but he didn't write it. And also, his
he
score
did.
isn't that
He
good
did
in
the
this
rewrite.
movie.
He did the rewrite. Yeah. Now where are we at? Yeah.
Hey, the score is lackluster though.
I don't think he did the score for this.
I was going to ask. He did.
Music
He did
for
the
it,
score.
yeah.
Did he do it?
I
There's
guess I
there's
wish
not
he
much-
would have taken a blend of like spaghetti western with his style. I think that would have been way cooler.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think definitely there was a better. Now this movie had been shopped around before John Carpenter, so this was a book, and they had written a script. The original two people that were attached to this was Dolph Lundgren, who was going to play the
Cook or James Woods.
James Woods role.
Crow.
And Willem Dafoe was supposed to be Valak.
Oh, that'd be a killer movie.
You said you couldn't picture anyone else in this role. William Dafoe.
That's not fair though. I think William Dafoe would like everything.
I don't know about Lundgren.
The other thing I was reading was, a lot of it changed because, obviously Woods wanted to do it a Western. It was originally envisioned to be further into the future, more like a post-apocalyptic. And if you want to see that, go watch Paul Bettany's Priest, because that is in a more post-apocalyptic, futuristic weapons. Carl Urban is a badass Man in Black. I love just the whole aesthetic. The movie's not great, but I think it's Maggie O. Is that who that is?
I can't remember.
I think that's how you say her name.
I haven't seen it since theaters.
Good movie, just fun popcorn flick. But yeah, basically we would have gotten Priest in the like early 90s. But it would have been vampires. So there's a lot of things that happen with the big wheels. Also, good news as far as we're recording this, I think the writer's strike is at least
It
over.
sounds like it's over.
Yeah,
I think it needs to be ratified still. So basically, I think they go through the votes.
There is a handshake agreement right now, and it's going to get to it needs to be ratified. That's the right word. It needs to the names need to be signed and all that stuff.
Actors are still on strike though. So.
SAG is still on strike.
SAG is still on strike until this is done.
Usually, this gets the ball rolling.
This could be a good sign though.
Yeah,
it's all about AI.
What they're worth.
Well, it's AI and getting
pay what they're worth,
yeah.
and AI and
totally.
Yeah.
Make sure they got healthcare. God,
old man Pete is afraid of AI.
Come on, we're all scared of AI. Pete. We've all seen Terminator.
I was gonna say
we know what's happening.
I would hope. Who's making AI? Have you not seen Terminator?
That's the questions I'd like to ask. Like, who do you not watch movies? We've been warning people
for decades.
Do Electric Sheep Dream, or what is that? Is that the name of the book for Blade Runner?
Do Sheep Dream of Electric? No, who do something Dream of Electric Sheep?
Something like that. I know Electric Sheep is in it somewhere.
Phil.
Rock and Roll McDonald's.
Rock and Roll McDonald's. That sounds like a Mojo Nixon reference.
Nah, it's Wesley Willis.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have no idea what these two are talking about.
All right, guys. Introduce you to Mojo Nixon.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed that, you guys can actually hear me on another show.
Yeah, what's the deal with this, you son of a bitch?
Is already out because the way we record. Listen at them. I guest host on Spoils of Horror for their subspecies.
Yeah,
also a vampire movie. So really into my vampires.
Tell us.
Nope.
Oh, no. On top of that, he's the first ever guest on a show that doesn't have guests.
Right.
Right.
I am the very first
Right.
guest on a show that has gone on record saying they will never have guests.
And
So
you somehow how much did you pay them? I mean,
half a Nate.
Did you pay half a
And
Nate?
did you use our
Half a
sticker
Nate.
funds?
I did.
Did you
Yep.
pay Steven's CrossFit for a year?
I paid his
Something?
membership for
His
a
membership?
year for his CrossFit or his ribbon dancing, whichever one. It's the same price.
Steven
I
does
can't
ribbon
remember.
dancing? I need video.
I fear Leo would do that.
No, Leo does not.
Leo's
do
a
the
pole dancer, not a ribbon dancer.
That's true.
Technically, I replaced Leo, so there's still some mending going on that
Aw.
episode. So Leo was there. It's okay. Don't everybody panic. So yeah, as of right now, it would have been out for 2 weeks. We covered Subspecies, a full moon Charles Band feature of vampires that is still going strong since the 90s. They
What
just
a weird movie that is.
it is. It
It's
gets
like,
weirder, Pete.
Oh, this
You're-
is
you're-
really
you're in
cool.
for a
I'm
treat.
really bored. This is really cool. I'm really bored. This is really cool. I'm really bored.
Wait till part 2.
Oh, we have more of the same.
No, buckle up.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's like Lone Wolf and Cub, where you got to watch the first one, and then you reap the benefits by watching this.
I just got Nick calmed down from that. Why would you poke that?
Even. You know
Listen.
what though? We were also on the Flicks and Friends podcast to do the
We were.
Potted.
Who was
Charlie
we?
and I were.
Boo!
You decided
do-
not to show up. That's on you.
The
You're a
invitation
fucking cop.
was open for you. You
Oh,
couldn't
shit.
make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even try that.
Was
We
I
can hide
raising money
that
for
one.
children?
No.
You
Oh.
always hide under
No.
that blanket.
You were trying. Yeah.
Get a,
So-
I need to see receipts. I need to see receipts, sir. No more PTO till I get receipts.
And then over on the Evil Deaths, I had them do Bloody Hell, and they had a really good time doing that. So go check out them as well.
They did.
Hell,
They did
I
a
don't know
movie that
one.
I recommended.
And,
CP, I recommend good movies to people.
and the day we released
Son of a-
our Desperado episode, the very next day they released their From Dusk Till Dawn episode. So it ended up being this awesome little companion.
Awesome, Rich Rodriguez. Yeah.
Back to back.
Just,
It was
you know,
awesome
Robert
to see
Rodriguez,
that happen.
sorry.
Podcast universe was just, it knew what it was doing.
It was
All the
symbiotic.
stars aligned.
That's right. And if you want to see those stars, check me out over at Spoils of Horror. All right. Well, if you want to keep
Charlie's a
up to date
star.
with all of the other podcasts that we hang out with and do all this stuff, so you can follow us over on Facebook at Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group. We are both on Instagram. We're on X for a little while longer. If they make me pay, we're out.
Eat a bag
What
of
it
dicks.
sounds
Nope.
like.
Exactly. Honestly, we're not getting much reach over there. It's everyone that I talk to on Instagram are the same people I talk to on X, so I can just do all that over
Just
on
do it all on
Instagram.
Instagram.
We're also on Threads. Same damn thing. We're sharing over there. Instagram's the best place to get a hold of us. Our
Indeed.
stuff still pops up on YouTube. We're toying with some ideas of bringing back the Tubi files. We shall
Ooh.
see. Also, I did get some feedback, not directly from this person, but this
Oh.
person adjacent, that we cannot say. Hold on, I done forgot
Billy
how to say her
Baldwin?
name. Yeah, we can't say Billy Baldwin correctly. Hold on.
Is it
I'll read.
Bucho?
No,
Is it
I'll-
Bucho?
I'll read. No, it's not.
Buchos Gali?
Live
on.
Mias?
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's not this person, but it's this person adjacent. Apparently, we don't know how to say their name. And I
Oh.
think in the entire episode, we said the name every which way but right. And that
Oh, no.
was Linnea Quigley. We have a friend that's like friends with her, and she goes, I love the Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers episode. Linnea and I have been friends for 30 years. You guys didn't say her name right once.
No! I feel so terrible.
To be fair,
It's
I
not-
said, how do you pronounce this damn name?
It's not because we don't love you, Linnea.
I
Oh.
literally think we said it right when we did that, where we're like, how do we pronounce it? And we did it. None of us
no.
said it right later. So I put,
I kept saying Lania, I think.
Oh,
I
my
sent back
God,
to
I
her.
feel awful.
We pronounced her name so many different ways. I left it more of a joke. She said it was hilarious. You guys are the best. So
Oh.
we're on
Here's
good
the
terms.
news.
I do
doubt
feel
she's ever going to listen to
genuinely
our Hollywood
awful.
Hookers of Chainsaws episode.
Don't say that because I know who this is, and it's very well she would have sent it to Linnea. and
Oh,
said,
I'm so sorry.
They're talking about your movie.
I'm so sorry.
This is why I try to get you guys to prepare better. Okay, these are the things I try to prevent.
Prepared. I
was
prepared so
drinking.
good that 4 minutes before we started recording, I finished the movie. That's how hard I
Right?
prepare.
From someone who was on vacation the entire week
all week
before.
long.
Yeah, well, I decided to watch 300 and Smoking Aces over and over again.
Yep. And
It
miss
was
a
a
birthday
vacation.
party.
You have a problem, Nate.
Yeah. Didn't go to a birthday party.
All right,
Just-
that's on me.
That is on you.
That is on me.
If we're gonna
Don't
rake
remind
Charlie
him.
across the
You
goal,
missed a good time.
he reminded me. Don't worry, Pete, or don't worry, Nate. I'm not reminding him. It's on the forefront of his mind.
I know. I feel bad. I didn't mean to.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Have we drugged it?
I'm not good.
Have we hit our time limit? All right, we're good on our time right now, so we can go ahead and wrap this bad
Yeah,
boy
Fred
up.
Olin Ray movies are the only ones that are allowed to be an hour and 10 minutes.
Can we do a Fred Olin Ray Christmas movie this year?
Is it Bikini Christmas? Because I'm holding
Oh
myself
my
out.
God,
till we
I
get
hope it
that
is.
one.
It has to be Bikini Christmas, doesn't
Yeah.
Is it Bikini Christmas Massacre?
it?
Even better.
If that's not a movie, we need to make that movie.
All right, that's easy.
Just got to convince a bunch of. No, never mind. Move on.
Jesus Christ.
Billy Baldwin?
Ew. Daniel Baldwin did it.
Oh wait. Oh, I forgot.
All right, Charlie, what's a good word?
Let me just ask you one thing. After 600 years, how's that dick working? Pretty good.
Why? Why is he so focused on it?
Why are you so focused on the hard? Okay, guys, listen up, guys. So here's the thing. The thing that really made me angry about this movie is I read that for Billy Baldwin's character, the original actor they wanted was Bruce Campbell.
Oh, that would have been such a better choice.
And
I did read that.
It angers me to no end that Bruce Campbell wasn't cast in this movie, but I'm also thinking that he read the script and knew who he was acting with and went, fuck that James Woods guy. Fuck slapping a bitch around. I'm Bruce Campbell. I'm better than that shit. I just blow people's head off with shotguns. That's all he does.
I like to think that James Woods still goes on about mahogany to this day. And then when his kids take him to the old folks' home, they're like, yes, it's time for bed, Mr. Woods.
Here's your mahogany.
Well, Nate fucked up my joke, so I'm out.
Oh.